Hi, my name is Ega and you're watching Talk Talk, my special place to talk about nothing, anything, and everything. Before we begin, just hit the subscribe button so you won't miss all my other videos. In today's episode, the topic I'm gonna talk about is right and wrong. I believe that we all have our own standard and we all have our own definition about what is right and what is wrong. People can teach us about what is right and what is wrong. Our parents taught us, our teacher, they also taught us about what is the right thing to do and what is the wrong thing to do. But in the end, we have our own mind and we have our own values. And that values and our mind give us our own standard to judge whether something is right or something is wrong. And judging whether something is right or wrong, it's not a simple matter. It's a bit tricky because there are absolute standards to judge something, and there are also non-absolute standard, and actually there are a lot more non-standard to judge, non-absolute standard to judge whether something is right or wrong. So for example, in religions, if we say it in religions, the right and wrong is really easy to judge because there are absolute standards to judge it. It's come from God. But in our society, there are a lot of religions and there are a lot of culture, and that makes there are a lot more non-absolute standard to judge something. It's influenced by a lot of things, a lot of variables. For example, the culture, the region, the people's interests, and also their views, and our own personal views and our own personal interests. They can also influence our judgment about what is right and what is wrong. But that's why law exists. So law is just a tool for us to make it easier to judge whether something or someone is right or wrong. But even law can change. When most people, most society, and majority of the people decided that something needs to change, that they have a change of views about some matters, the law can change. What is right before might turn out to be the wrong thing to do, and what they thought was wrong, perhaps they are okay with it now. So law is decided by majority of the people. It's also not absolute. But the majority of the people, are they always right? Are they always the rightest one? Well, it's hard for me to say I'm agree with that, because I also believe that you all think that majority of the people might have their moment when they are wrong about something, when they have a wrong views about something. And that's why people cannot tell us about what is right and what is wrong. In the end, people can only guide us, can only share their opinion, and we can have discussion about what is right and wrong, but they cannot tell us about what is the right thing to do, what is the wrong thing to do. In the end, we have our own mind. We are born with that amazing tool, our mind, to judge whether something is right and wrong. So use your mind, use our mind to judge it. Use our mind to judge ourselves whether something is right or wrong. And if we believe that something is the right thing to do, then we have to stand for it. We have to stand our ground and defend it. But if we believe that something is wrong, then we have to fight it. We need to change it. And that's why our mind is really important in deciding whether something is right or wrong. So the most important lesson about right and wrong thing is not judging it. It's not about judging it or deciding whether something is right or wrong. but it's in what we are doing about it, what we do about something that is wrong and right, what we do about the right thing and what we do about the wrong thing. So it's important to teach children that there are wrong things and the right things in life, and when they are faced with those choices, then they have to choose. We need to teach them to choose the right thing, and we need to teach them also choosing the right thing might be difficult, doing the right thing might be difficult, but it's the right thing to do. We need to teach them, and we need to make them get used to doing the right thing in their life. And just like one of my favorite teachers said before, he said that try to get used to the right thing and stop making right the usual thing. Okay, so when he said that, I think it is really a great lesson, because when we are used to doing the right thing, then it will be less difficult for us to continue doing the right thing. And when we are faced with something, we can feel it easier to do the right thing if we are used to it. So let's start doing the right thing, whether it's by law or just by our own definitions, because doing the right thing is we really need to get used to it as well. And it also teaches us that saying also teaches us that most people can be wrong as well. So when we are faced with something that majority of the people do, but it's the wrong thing, then don't follow them. Don't follow the wrong crowd, don't follow the wrong tradition, don't follow the wrong things that most people do, because a lot of people doing it. But you have to stand for it. You have your mind, so you have to judge it yourself. If it's the wrong thing to do, then don't do it. Just try to fight it and even change it. And if you cannot change the world, at least you can start with your own actions. Okay, you can start doing the right thing yourself. Okay, so that's pretty much what I want to talk about in this video. I hope we can all get used to do the right thing. Okay, I will talk about more topics next time. You can always leave a comment if you have any suggestion about the topic you want me to talk about. Okay, so keep searching and finding the good in life, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!